You know, I wanted to come outside to take the liberty on such a beautiful day here in the city to introduce you and bring you into the world of innocence of a child. Specifically, there's a chapter when I had gone to penitentiary in 1999. So if you would give me the liberty, I'd just like to read a quick excerpt so that you can understand that even our youth who don't understand the inroad to wanting to be that big baller, the dope game, and all the decisions that they may make has a consequence that they may not be ready for. So I'm just going to take a quick second to give you a quick blurb excerpt of one of my phases during my journey of restoration and coming back into finding that place of healing. In 1999, I entered the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. It wasn't a shock. I was familiar with the protocol and procedure that took place upon arriving. But this time would entail a much greater discernment as to the actual meaning behind the front of rehabilitation, and it was cash. Immediately, the process of deprogramming began. Instantly, I listened to the guards talk to you as if you were the lowest piece of trash on the face of the earth. Then, in their most demanding voice, commanded one by one to have a seat in the barber's chair, beginning with those wearing dreadlocks, braids in their hair, or any type of fade. They were vindictively sought out. The sole purpose being to remove any form of self-identity. As I watched the barber proceed with their instructions, I couldn't help but notice the expressions on each gentleman's face. They staggered in disbelief as they stared at themselves in the huge mirror, I believe put there deliberately to let us see that we had no say in what happened to us. All that was known of them, gone, and now their only hope of identity lay at the base of the floor, awaiting to be swept away by the first porter to arrive for cleanup. Penitentiary strips you of all of your identity. Drugs strip you of your identity. It removes any real purpose of calling that we have on our lives. We have to get back to healing. The journey of my journey was the end result of restoration behind bars. But prison wasn't my death sentence. I did not sign my death certificate just because I was incarcerated. In fact, it became my liberation. You too, turn your trials into triumphs. God has a bigger plan for our lives if we allow him to use us. Because in the word, it says all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord, but who are the called according to his purpose. See, we do have a responsibility. We do have an obligation and a commitment that we have to answer to. It doesn't just happen. So with innocence of a child, restoration is there. Now, my trial has become my triumph. My pain is now my purpose. And that penitentiary that tried to destroy me, it was not my death sentence. It was my deliverance. It can be yours as well. Today, wherever you are in your life, relationship, just thinking incorrectly, your son, your daughter, grandchildren, it doesn't matter. There's restoration awaiting for them, just as it was for me. Be blessed.